wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. Of course, this weekend, Super Bowl, Eagles washed the Chiefs 40-22, drop a bomb for the Philadelphia Eagles. And also drop a bomb for Saquon Barkley. He broke the NFL single-season rushing record with 2,500 yards. So congratulations to him. Ex-New York Giant. Just want to say that. Good morning, Morgan.
What you trying to say is y'all fumbled that? Is that what y'all said? No, never mind.
We helped the Eagles. That's what I'm saying. We helped the Eagles. They needed a little help, so we helped them.
All right. Good morning, Indy. And I'm like, who all in there? It's a little light. Hey, Lauren, how y'all doing?
Hey, good morning.
All right. Let's get into it. So Jalen Hurts, he's taking home Super Bowl 59 MVP honors. The Eagles quarterback completed 17 of 22 passes for 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He added 72 rushing yards and 1 score on 11 carries. Now, again, like you mentioned, MV, the Eagles blew out the Chiefs 40-22 to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to the city of brotherly love. It's the second ever title for the team who took down the Patriots back in Super Bowl 52. Now, meanwhile, Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, he passed for 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, and committed 3 turnovers. Philly rookie corner Cooper DeJean, he picked off Mahomes and returned it for a touchdown for his first ever career interception, while the defense combined for 6 total sacks without blitzing once. Now, the 24-0 halftime lead was the largest, second largest in Super Bowl history, and the 34-0 advantage is the third quarter. In the third quarter was the biggest since Super Bowl 48 back in 2014. Now, of course, the Eagles succeeded in getting their revenge against the Chiefs after they fell to Kansas City 3 points 2 years ago in Super Bowl 57. Head coach Nick Sirianni spoke more about Jalen Hurts today compared to who he was as a quarterback 2 years ago in that game. Let's hear more from Nick Sirianni.
He just keeps getting better. He knows how to win. He does a great job of being able to block out all the outside noise. I think it's, I find it funny when it's like, well, Jalen is good because he's got a good team around him. Like, that's football. Like, again, you cannot be great without the greatness of others.
So Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, he said it's hard to put the win into words, and running back Saquon Barkley, he said the feeling is surreal. Let's hear more from them and how they feel about this game.
Still processing it. It's been a long journey. It's been a journey of ups and downs and highs and lows, and I've always stayed true to it in the end, and having this vision of just being the best that I can be.
That's what it's all about. You dream about these moments as a little kid, and it's just amazing to have your family and friends, and especially your family, been with me through it all, the ups and the downs, and here we are, world champs.
Mm-hmm. And Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, he also checked in post-game and said most of the blame is on him. Let's take a listen to his comments.
Credit to the Eagles, man. They played better than us from start to finish. We didn't start how we wanted to. Obviously, the turnovers hurt. And, I take all the blame for that. Just those early turnovers swing the momentum of the game. They scored on the one, and then they got a touchdown immediately after. So that's 14 points that I kind of gave them. And it's hard to come back from that in the Super Bowl. And so just didn't play to my standard, and I have to be better next time.
Yeah, you also got to credit the Eagles defense. Eagles defense was amazing last night. They weren't allowing nothing. They weren't giving him time in the pocket. They weren't able to run last night. The Eagles defense was like no other last night. They played. They came to play.
Yes, they did. And in case you missed it, a man that was dressed in all black that stormed the field during the halftime show waving a Palestinian and Sudanese flags with the words Gaza and Sudan written on the flags. That was not planned. So the NFL released a statement. They said we commend security for quickly detaining the individual who displayed the flag. He was a part of the 400 member cast, but the individual hid the item in his possession and unveiled it late in the show. No one involved with the production was aware of the individual's intent. So, yeah. And then a spokesperson for Rock Nation also said the act by the individual was neither planned nor part of the production and was never in any rehearsal. So
things like that. I wonder why they even discuss it or even talk about it, because we didn't see it at home. I didn't see it at all.
You didn't see it at home, but it was everywhere online.
After
making its way around social media. But I figured that was going to be the case anyways in regards to Kendrick's halftime show, because he's very strategic. He has a lot of oh my gosh, the lights are blinking. He's very strategic. He has a lot of things that he put underlined. So I thought that maybe, that was part of it. But no, that particular element was not part of the show.
Okay. So. All right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Morgan.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. Again, congratulations to all the Eagle fans out there. The Eagles beat the Chiefs 40-22.
Thank you, God, for taking the Chiefs out of their misery. I mean, I don't know if I could stomach seeing Taylor Swift on the field after this game. I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't want to see her and Travis Kelce kissing, I don't believe that whole he was going to propose
Oh, my
thing.
God, I was about to say that. They said he was supposed to propose.
Yeah, but he wasn't going to do that. First of all, he would never upstage his teammates like that. That's dumb internet fodder to think that Travis Kelce, a football player, would get on his knees at the end of the Super Bowl to propose to Taylor Swift. That would be ridiculous. His team would be highly upset at him if he did that. Why take away from their moment for you and Taylor?
Well,
that wasn't going to happen.
Congratulations to the Eagles and congratulations to Saquon Barkley. He broke the NFL single-season rushing record with 2,500 yards, actually 2,504. So congratulations to him. And congratulations. What's up, Morgan?
What's up is congratulations are in order for the city of brotherly love. And Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle Parker, well, she has a message for Philadelphia residents.
Did she spell it right?
As celebrations take place, let's hear more from Mayor Parker.
Please, Philadelphia, I implore you as your mayor, do not climb light poles or anything else. I know this comes up every time we have an outdoor celebration after our Philly teams win, and I get it. But folks, climbing or attempting to climb up a light pole or a bus shelter, or really any structure for that matter, it can lead to tragedy.
The last time, did you see they put baby oil on all the poles in Philadelphia?
Yeah, they lubricated the poles.
The last time it was that much baby oil on poles, you know what that was, right? No need for me to spell
Freak
it out
off
for you.
parties, the Diddy party.
Tell us about it. You
But
was there?
Mayor Parker, she did make the comments ahead of Super Bowl 59. Of course, this comes after tragedy struck following Eagles NFC Championship win. 18-year-old Tyler Sabapathy, a Temple University student, he died from injuries after climbing a pole in Center City. So you guys be careful out there as you celebrate. Please do it safely and responsibly because we wanted to be able to do it again next year, right? All right, so switching gears to more political news, President Trump, he is defending the efforts of Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency. In an interview with Fox News ahead of Super Bowl 59, which Trump was attending, he said the government bodies like the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, as you guys have seen, are rife with waste, fraud, and abuse. Now, Trump touted his administration's effort to reshape USAID, saying a few good programs run by the agency should be turned over to new management. He's suggesting Marco Rubio, who is over the State Department. Let's hear more from President Trump.
Well, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of money that's going to places where it shouldn't be going, where if I read a list, you'd say this is ridiculous, and you've read the same lists, and there are many that you haven't even seen. It's crazy. I think I'd rather give it to Marco Rubio over at the State Department. Let him take care of the few good ones.
Mm-hmm. And by few good ones, he's talking about the programs run by that agency. Trump also doubled down on his aspirations for Canada to become the 51st U.S. state. He also says he trusts Elon Musk as the head of Doge and has been happy with his job so far. He plans to instruct Musk to go after the Department of Education and the military next in terms of, figuring out what's efficient and what's not.
Let me tell you something, man. I was in Maryland over the weekend for my daughter's cheerleading competition. The amount of people, black and white, who came up to me telling me they may lose their jobs all because Elon Musk is controlling how the federal government pays them
serious
was scary. And I mean, I know there's a lot of things going on and people like to focus on, a little bit of everything, but Elon Musk being in control of how the federal government pays people and Elon Musk being responsible for whose jobs get cut and whose jobs doesn't, that right there is what's really impacting people. Black, white, it don't matter. That right there is impacting everybody in a real way.
Yeah, so with that, Elon Musk, he does have his hands in a lot of pots. So I will say that a federal judge has blocked Elon Musk and Doge from accessing the payment system used at the Treasury Department. Now, a judge ruled on Saturday that only civil servants who need to use the system to do their job will have access to it. And the ruling also requires that any data that has been downloaded, I know you guys have been hearing stories about Doge and these young guys who are working for the agency using their own laptops and things like that. Well, any data that has been downloaded as a result of Doge infiltrating or doing what they're doing must now be blocked or destroyed. The order will remain in effect until at least Friday. And this has been brought by 19 Democratic states attorneys seeking to figure out what's going on with this situation. So, yeah, I mean, I'm like, I guess we're doing what we can. People are doing what they can with what they can. I'm not sure. This is what people are saying, as we continue to say, is we're in unprecedented times. So I can't call it, y'all. But I will say that National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, he is defending President Trump's attempts to reshape the USAID. He spoke to NBC's Meet the Press, saying the organization spends money in ways that don't support strategic U.S. interests, and he claims it isn't very effective at one of its stated purposes, which is providing international humanitarian aid. Let's hear more from National Security Advisor Mike Waltz.
We need to realign their mission and line it up with the president's foreign policy vision. I think that is perfectly appropriate for USAID to be kind of tucked into the State Department and better align with their mission, rather than just spreading money around. All too often, only cents on the dollar actually makes it to people in need between the big contractors, the subcontractors, the local contractors.
Yeah, well, now that's even worse because Trump has put the funding freeze in place, and the agency is attempting to put thousands of its employees on unpaid administrative leave in what critics is saying in an effort to shut down that agency. So a federal judge, of course, blocked those employees from being placed on leave after a lawsuit was filed by multiple labor unions. So that speaks more to what you were saying, Charlamagne, about how people are going to be impacted in ways that are very untraditional, and you might not see it coming. You may not. So
and especially being that Donald Trump and Republicans ran on dinner table issues, right? And they were saying things like, we know that you can't, keep food on your table, and the groceries was what he kept, targeting. Yeah. But now you're making it hard for people because people losing their jobs.
Right.
Facts. Well, let's switch gears and move out west to see what's going on in California. Former Vice President Kamala Harris, she spent last week touring the Palisades burn area in Southern California. She spoke about the devastation in Altadena and how it impacted generations of Black and Latino families who owned homes in the area. Now, when asked if she had plans to run for governor of the state of California, here's what former Vice President Kamala Harris had to say.
I have been home for 2 weeks and 3 days. My plans are to be in touch with my community, to be in touch with the leaders and figure out what I can do to support them, and most importantly, to lift up the folks who are surviving this extraordinary crisis and do what I can do to offer any assistance, even if it is a kind word along the way.
Yeah, so Harris met with first responders and LA County Public Works crews. Pacific Palisades is not far from her home in Brentwood, which was in an evacuation zone. At one point last month, she also toured the Eaton Fire Burn Zone in Altadena after arriving home from Washington, D.C. on January 20th, which was also Inauguration Day. So, and I also think this is a great time for me to just go ahead and say thank you to Mimi for holding it down for me on Friday. She's my L.A. girl, and she held it down on Friday, did a wonderful job. So thanks to Mimi, and shout out to her for that. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Follow me on social at Morgan Media. Follow Black Information Network at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Y'all have a great week.
Wake that ass up. In the morning. The Breakfast Club.